What is going on, everyone? We're going to do something new tonight, all right? We're just going to hop right into it and talk about the Phillies game. Bang, live stream. We're going right for the post-game show live, and I'm pissed off, okay? I am pissed off because what I just witnessed was a garbage play, an asinine play, a fireable offense, honestly, from Jankowski in between second and third. How do you possibly get called out by the catcher? How do you get caught by the catcher? You got to, at some point, first off, it can't happen. It flat out cannot happen. It's unacceptable. But second, if you were to get caught because you thought the ball was in the dirt and you thought the ball was getting back to the backstop, you explode and you get back to second base to force a poor throw at the best case scenario for you. There's a poor throw and you're safe. How do you actually get tagged out? In what universe are you tagged out by the catcher in between the bases? I mean, this is just unbelievable. I don't know what to do. I don't know. This team loses baseball games in so many damn stupid ways. It's unfathomable. It really is ridiculous. I can't believe it. Rhys Hoskins hits one off the wall. Juan Soto doesn't know how to catch it. It's a leadoff double, and here I am super stoked because JT Realmuto's up the bat. He already knocked in your one run that you had earlier after Gene Segura steals second base, and Harrison gives me an NBA flop, pretending my man got rocked in the face and fell backwards 10 feet. You're playing small ball. You're executing in other ways. Like, come on, JT's up. I cannot believe that this team continues to lose games like this. And by the way, here you go on a night where it's open back to the public, and sure, rain had to do something with it. I'm sure of it. Also, the thunderstorms that were projected all day long, I'm sure that played a role. But 15,000 people, when it's Zack Wheeler versus Max Scherzer, which is an unbelievable, and I mean unbelievable matchup, you're telling me that only 15K goes out to Citizens Bank Park. That's because nobody wants to watch this terrible team, including myself. When I watched them play the Reds and they score 17 runs, that was a fluke. Okay, that's not truly who they are. That's really not who they are. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out. As I see here, it looks like I spelled Max Scherzer's name wrong in the title. So I'm pissed off, and I got to change it. Who the hell is Mac? Max Scherzer apparently had himself a dominant performance. No. Look, the offense was quiet today. It's realistically what we expect out of this team going up against Max Scherzer. To demand 6, 7, 8 runs, that's just not going to happen. I would like more than one, but we had a good old-fashioned pitching duel. I don't know what happened for the first run by the Nationals. Could Alec Boehm maybe make a different play so that's not a one-run situation? Maybe it's possible. I don't know. I'm not very happy with Alec Boehm right now, so I feel like I'm very biased and very pissed off and disgusted with him because he's coming up short in the field, on top of he does not know how to play offense either right now. He's up to bat. He's looking overmatched. And this is what I'm saying. I'm struggling with this internally because I recognize that a young player like Alec Boehm should have a really tough day in the batter's box when Max Scherzer's dialed in, giving you 7 2/3, 9 strikeouts, and 1 earned run. You are supposed to be miserable in the plate or at the plate in the batter's box against him, but it's a collective thing over and over again. He struggles, and over again, this team finds a worse way to lose. We all witnessed that Javier Baez play just a couple weeks ago or so. You can make the argument that this is just as poor and this is just as embarrassing, and I'm losing it. I'm losing it with this damn team, and it pisses me off. It grinds my gears. I cannot believe Jankowski said, you had one job. You had one job. You're in scoring position, and you have speed. Now, you could question Joe Girardi's decision to take out Rhys Hoskins, but you're that desperate. You're running all the time trying to steal a bunch of bases, and it's been effective, but one of the reasons why you do that is because you're so damn desperate. And I understand the logic of why he's being questioned, because even if Jankowski does score, you're taking out Rhys Hoskins' bat for the future of the game if they were to tie it. But you got to tie it. You have to tie it. Rhys Hoskins did put together a couple of really nice at-bats. A lot of pop, a lot of power. Missed a couple shots by just a half of a centimeter. So Rhys, I don't think the box score will tell you the full story on how I thought his at-bats were. You could question why Joe yanked him out of the game, but here's what I know. You had one job. You were in scoring position with your best hitter up at the plate. I really can't process what happened. And when you watch the replay, and unfortunately, if I close my eyes, I can see it too perfectly. Here he is hitting the L1R1 button in MLB The Show. I do it all the time. If you watch me on my Twitch stream, which you can follow me, twitch.tv/Brodes_media, you can watch me play. I hit LBRB all the time. I'm getting stuck in a rundown, and I look dumb, and I miss out on a chance to score a run. We talk about this all the time. Good teams find ways to win. Do you know what bad teams do? They find ways to lose. And I don't want to hear that. Well, they don't have Didi, and they don't have Bryce Harper. I'm with you. I know. I see that. They don't have those players. And by the way, Bryce still out. Oh, yeah, let's force him to play when Scott Kingery runs into the wall. Let's force him to bunt in a major situation because he can't swing. And let's have him hack when it's bases loaded in the ninth inning. Let's have our superstar Bryce Harper, a $330 million man, play all this time seriously banged up. Yet when he's actually available to come back, hold on, it's not time. It's not time. Maybe not now. Oh, hold on. You're telling me that it's possible that he was actually more injured than we thought? That there was more of a problem? That he was playing when he shouldn't have? Holy shit. Call me surprised. This organization is going to be the death of Hunter Brody. It's just reality of the situation. I'll never see good baseball. I'm never going to have fun. I'm never going to be highly entertained again. And it's so funny. Go back to Game 2, Game 3, Game 4. Here we were, baby, 4-0. 4-0. And here I am going, no! No! How many more games? This isn't a 60-game season. This is what? Huh? 100 more to go? I don't know how I'm going to do it. This is unwatchable. It's unwatchable. It really is. It truly is. It's unwatchable. I'm trying my damn best. But every single game, there's something new that makes me want to run off of this team is so bad. This team is bad. How do you fix this team? So, Zack Wheeler wasn't bad. And by the way, I want to give you some Zack Wheeler numbers, by the way. So, here's Zack Wheeler's last 6 starts. 9 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 10 strikeouts. 7 1/3, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts. 7 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 14 strikeouts. 7 1/3, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. That's a 1.65 ERA and a 12.2 strikeouts per 9. So needless to say, Zack Wheeler has been unfucking real. And he's been putting out beautiful pitches. I saw 99 paint job on the corner to Kyle Schwarber. My man did not know what to do with himself. He's all frustrated walking back to the dugout, as you should be. You don't know what to do with that paint job that just touches the black paint there on the outside part of the dish. That really was amazing. He was awesome. And the weird boom play happened that they scored a run on. Pretty much bad luck, if you ask me, from a pitcher's perspective. And then Juan Soto happened. So the Juan Soto thing opens up a can of worms, if you will, for where this series went. And I thought it was a little ridiculous at the same time. If there was a correlation. I don't know if there's a correlation. So the stare down by Juan Soto, I don't have a problem with. Of course, John Kruk and Ricky Botalico hated it on the postgame, but that's what they do, right? That's how they are. They're old school guys. They're old school baseball players. They don't like the bat flips, and they don't like the attitude, and they don't like this and that. So they were like, what the hell is going on here? I can't believe Juan Soto was allowed to do that. It was weird that he stared down as much as he did. I thought it was strange for sure. But at the end of the day, okay, you hit the homer. It was a bomb. It was an opposite field. Zack Wheeler made a mistake with the pitch. It's 2-1. I don't know why Max Scherzer went after JT Realmuto. Was that on purpose? Was it not on purpose? Now, Kruk said he went back afterwards and he looked at it, and apparently maybe JT Realmuto said something to Juan Soto after the home run happened, and then Max Scherzer decided to throw at him. I don't know if that's going to bring bad blood down the road with this series as it continues. You're going to see this team a billion more times, and I don't think there was a time and an opportunity to go after it today. I think baseball works itself out, so whenever that next time they do see each other and next time there is a high-intensity situation that happens, you can have your frustration boil into that one. What's Zack Wheeler going to do? Start throwing at guys when he's throwing a gem? No, not really. And there were some mad at Joe Girardi for taking Zack Wheeler out of the game when Juan Soto was coming back up to get a lefty-lefty matchup with Jose Alvarado. That's where we're getting overboard. Every decision Joe Girardi makes isn't the wrong one. Zack Wheeler getting yanked so he doesn't have to face Juan Soto again after he just got rocked by him opposite field the previous at-bat. That makes a lot of sense. That's a good managerial decision. Now, earlier in the game, Zack Wheeler won the battle. And yeah, from a competitor standpoint, you want to go back at him. But Jose Alvarado did his job. Not only did he throw it over to Rhys Hoskins 10 billion times to try and get out Trey Turner, and he eventually did get out Trey Turner, but he got the out at Juan Soto as well. So Joe Girardi's decision, it worked out. It was beneficial. It helped out your team. You got a victory. I don't really see why that's such a big deal that Joe pulled Zack Wheeler in that moment. It's pretty damn obvious. If Zack Wheeler went up against Juan Soto again and Juan Soto crushes one in the gap or hits another bomb and now it's a bigger lead, why would you keep Zack Wheeler in the game? Why would you do that? The last at-bat showed you all the information you needed to see. Juan Soto had Zack Wheeler last at-bat, so why would it change this at-bat? It would have been the same thing over just the other side of the topic. So, to me, there was nothing wrong with yanking him. It was about that time. You even saw Max Scherzer. When it was time for him to go, he went for the shoulder point. Hey, I got to get out of here. Hey, I'm done. I'm done. All right, whatever. You saw him kind of not flex his shoulder, but he was moving his shoulder, maneuvering his shoulder, and he pointed at the dugout and said, hey, I'm over. I'm done. All right. You're about that territory, and Jose Alvarado did his job. I thought Connor Brogdon did his job as well. Look, there were some other chances. Andrew McCutchen got on second base. Not able to get him in, although there was somewhat with the toe injury or something with the foot injury when he was running. You could see him grimace on second base as well. So there was a side of it where there was something going on with Andrew McCutchen, so something just to monitor, but you could tell his face, something was out, unless he was just throwing up internally thinking that he was in a Philadelphia Phillies uniform, and this is the franchise that he plays for. But realistically, he doesn't get a free pass. He's the one that sucked all year long out in the field. He's the one that was pretty brutal offensively for a majority of the season to this point, although he did have a couple hits today, and he has turned the page, and then he kind of went quiet again. Maybe he's turning the page again. My point is this, Kutch, you're one of the reasons why this team is throw-up worthy at this point, and you got paid by Matt Klentak, so you should not be having any sort of, I don't know, just, oh, God, just, you shouldn't be thinking about this team and its putridness. That's not even a word. But, yes, this team is garbage, and it's terrible, and it's hard to watch yet. Here we go. We're going to watch them against the Nationals tomorrow. We're going to watch them. But at some point, I just wonder, when is this city going to be flat out? Flat out. I'm done. I'm done with this team. And when is John Middleton going to get the blame? The problem is this sport is in the middle of a 76ers run where they're the number one seeds in the Eastern Conference, so you have a lot of support for them, and you're waiting for them to start their series against the Atlanta Hawks, while the Philadelphia Eagles are going to get going by the end of this baseball season, where Nick Sirianni's playing basketball with Greg Ward, and they're doing all these competition drills and this and that. All this that keeps happening. By the time the Phillies are dead in the water and no longer a story, they're out of sight, out of mind. So they never get crucified. They never get the blame. They never get the heat. Because by the time you're over the Phillies, here comes the Philadelphia Eagles season. And now with the NBA Finals pushed back on that, you're not focusing in on it because, well, there's a lot of other things going on to take your mind away, where John Middleton won't get the blame, and all of that is going to be how it plays. So I keep it pretty simple. When Matt Klentak, Andy McPhail, and Gabe Kapler were here and it was miserable, I was like, okay, we got to try something new here. They're all players or not players. They're all front office personnel people that probably not the best, right? So you move on. You get World Series winners with Dave Dombrowski and Joe Girardi, and they look just as bad as Matt Klentak, Andy McPhail, and Gabe Kapler. Please tell me what's the common theme here. Please tell me what is the denominator, the common denominator that's been here the entire time. Ah, that's right. It is a gentleman by the name of John Middleton. And unfortunately, I think he's just going to keep going under the radar nonchalantly, just keep cruising under the radar because of how it fits in between the other two sports. All right, before we continue here, let's talk about my friends over at DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook is not only my favorite sportsbook, but also America's top-rated sportsbook. I love using DraftKings Sportsbook. It is easy to navigate, has plenty of instructions for new bettors, and nearly limitless ways to get in on all the action. My friends and family have been loving DraftKings Sportsbook, and I know you will too. Listen to this great offer. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use promo code Brodes when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 in free credits. Bet on any basketball team of your choice to win their next game, and if they do, you will claim $100 in free credits. That's promo code Brodes for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only, new customers only. Wager paid out in site credits. Restrictions apply in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, so we are going to play the Anytime Hotline. Since I am doing this live today, we are doing this on a live stream, which is the first time I've done this post-game. I'm just kind of rocking my podcast live. I hope that the audio sounds good. Oh, we definitely had a problem here that only the left side of my microphone seems to be playing, which is all great and dandy. Nice. Probably not great. Okay. Well, that's something I can't fix right now, and I see that now playing on my screen. So there's that. I guess we strike out here, no pun intended. But let's go to the Anytime Hotline.
Hey, Brodes. Yeah, this is right after the Jankowski throw out at second base. This whole game, I was content with them. You know what? Hey, this is just a game that they're just going to lose. Possibly because Max Scherzer is a beast. You know what? Hey, nothing happened. There was one miscue because of McCutcheon, whatever. It's fine. They weren't terrible. Nothing was really all that bad. This probably just wasn't their game. And then that happens. They have to throw the game away in some stupid fashion. It's just in them. And why couldn't they just lose? Why couldn't they just lose normally? Like a normal baseball team. Like a normal sucky baseball team. God, this is...
I'm with you. Like this team, and I explained this before, right? This team never just loses a baseball game. They don't just lose. They don't lose 4-1. They don't lose 3-1. They lose in the most embarrassing way possible. They lose in this terrible, horrendous way. They lose in garbage moment. It's trash. This organization is just trash, and they fall in these gross, ugly ways that make me sick, and it makes me want to throw up, and it's just horrendous over and over and over again. They never just lose. It's sort of like the Mets. We make fun of the Mets all the time. The Mets keep Metsing, and the Mets are ugly, and they play a bad brand of baseball over the last how many years. We are now that. We are experiencing that, and quite frankly, we've been that for a while. We're one of the most losing franchises and losing organizations for a reason, and there's a reason why. The process has been almost completed by the Sixers, started and completed by the Sixers before the Phillies even sniff a playoff game. Hey, that's an issue, front office. Hey, John Middleton. Hey, John, are you going to recognize that you're a fraud? I'm seriously going to start applying all of my hatred towards John Middleton, because when you move all this stuff around and you get all these new guys, all these new pieces, and you still suck, and you're still this awful, and you're still this pathetic, and you're still this brutal, and you're still here. You brought in World Series caliber people in Dombrowski and Girardi, and they look worse than Gabe Kapler, worse than Andy McPhail, worse than Matt Klentak. Explain that to me, please. It's impossible.
Congratulations, Jankowski. You have just won a one-way vacation to Lehigh Valley for that base running. Absolutely insane. That guy was an idiot. We could have walked this off. Well, maybe not, because the rest of our lineup was not hit. Completely wasted a Zack Wheeler gem. Juan Soto does it to us again. We could still be 4 games out by night's end, thanks to the Padres if they can beat the Mets. Got to put it aside and get tomorrow. Brodes, how say you?
We do get this caller a lot after baseball games, and I love it. But towards the end of the calls, it's always so positive, right? It's always so woohoo, like, hey, everything will be all right. Let's just go get him tomorrow. Let's play better tomorrow. This team won't play better. This team is not better. This is the team at some point. It's sort of like the Flyers defense this year. At some point, you got to recognize this is the Flyers defense. This is who they are. This is the bad, poor D-zone coverage you're going to get. Nothing is going to snap its fingers and change. If Bryce Harper and Didi come back, I've seen this team play this brand of baseball with Didi and with Bryce Harper. Of course, there's a spark plug when your $330 million man comes back in the lineup to some degree, but at the same time, he's injured. So are we going to expect an injured guy to come back from the lineup and automatically just be the lethal weapon that we really need him to be? Because I don't think that's going to be the case. There's going to be a time where he needs to get back into rhythm, where he needs to figure everything out, where he needs to get stronger, where he needs to get his groove back, where he needs to see live pitching more, this and that. So now we're waiting for Bryce to get back on track that way. This team is what it is. This team is a bad baseball team, and nothing's going to change that. This is the Philadelphia Phillies. You might be able to rely on a poor division, but even if it's the case, I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun with this team being involved because the Braves also are bad and because they're underachieving and the Mets are doing their thing, but it's not even like they're blowing you out of the water with their fantastic play. It just so happens that everybody else is kind of who they are this year, so even if this team's hanging around, if this is the baseball team that you're going to get, which it is the baseball team you're going to get, this sucks, and this is miserable.
I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but I did not expect them to win this game. For one thing, the Reds was obviously a fluke, and two, it's a pitching duel for the most part, and I didn't really win those, especially this year with how much they strike out. Are you kidding? But I'm sorry. That was fucking hilarious. You can watch Jankowski's brain melt as the catcher runs towards him, and he has no idea what to do. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, fuck the Phillies. I'm playing the show.
Oh, it's not that funny! Oh, it's not that funny! Oh, it really isn't that funny! It is. It is because it's painful. It is because it's miserable. But here we go. I want everyone to close their eyes. Unless you're listening to this on the audio version, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and all your podcasting platforms. I don't want you listening to this closing your eyes while driving or something of that nature. But I want you to close your eyes if you can. And I want you to picture the behind-the-plate view where here's Jankowski in between second and third, and he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's really lost, and he's really confused, and he's really all over the place, and he looks awful. He looks like he should be in Double-A. He looks like he should be next to Mickey Moniak. It looks like he should be with Adam Hazley. It looks like he should be with all those guys in Single-A. Is there a B? Is there possibly a B? Single B? He's just, what's he doing? LB, RB, LB, RB, MLB the show. What are you doing? What are you doing? And even when the ball is down in the dirt, what are you doing? You're in scoring position. You're in scoring position. JT Realmuto's up to bat. How? What? Why?
You know, Brodes, you said all year that when people call and say oh, the Phillies just don't care, and you really defensive and say, oh, I'm sure they do care. I'm sure they know how embarrassing this is. I don't think they care. I honestly don't think they care about even winning at this point. And it's honestly such a disgrace that for 10 years now, they've charged a lot of money to get into the baseball park and wasted their fans' time for all these years.
Well, I mean, that's just sports in general. You could say that about every organization that hasn't won a championship. The Cleveland Browns, people still show up there. The New York Knicks, people were still showing up there. I mean, that's just the nature of sports. People want to go to arenas, so I blame the idiots who buy the tickets. I don't blame the organization for saying these are my ticket prices. I blame the morons that spend the money to go if that's the case. I'm just saying, if that's the way you want to look at it, I'd be blaming the people. You don't have to buy the tickets. It's not like they force you, like you have to spend this. You have the choice not to go. So shame on the people that spend it if you have the same mindset as the caller there. But no, they care. I mean, that's silly. That's silly. That's like saying the Toronto Maple Leafs don't care that they blew a 3-1 series lead. They care. These athletes care. They care. They're just not good. There's a difference. You can not be good and care. There's plenty of people. Ben DiNucci. You think he cared when he was playing in the NFL? You bet your ass he cared. He sucked. Ben DiNucci. Didn't think he'd be making a name on my podcast today. Ben DiNucci. He's garbage. He's awful. But guess what? He cares about this play. These guys care. It's like they don't care. They care. They care. They're just bad. And here we are. So there's that. There's where we are today. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. I feel dumb because apparently only my left, I don't know what's going on with my microphone right now. I'm trying this live. The left is the only thing that's working right now. Everything that works, though, at Orbit Energy and Power. Yes, it does. If you're looking to get solar energy systems, backup energy services, battery storage, tree removals, water purification systems, you name it, Orbit Energy and Power is the place to go. They're located in Mantua, New Jersey. They do work in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, and Florida. 800-836-3987 is their phone number, or visit them online at orbitenergy.us if you are looking to upgrade your home. All right, everyone, I want to thank you so much for hanging out today. That's my DraftKings. That's my Orbit. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time.